Hi, I'm here to do a top 5 for Gotham Knights, the show, not the game. Um, and I think Gotham Knights is a show with a very odd counterintuitive premise, but not a bad show in my opinion. A show that didn't last too long, but for what it got, I think it's solid. I think it has some solid characters, enough for a top 5. 5, Duella. An interesting character, maybe not the most likable, but a tragic character, an entertaining character, and a very important character to the show. And there's some very interesting things explored with her and her backstory, and there's some interesting twists to her. 4, Turner Hayes. I don't know why the the show is focused on the character Turner Hayes. Who I think is a new character. I think he was created for Gotham Knights, which I don't get why because of how many other characters the show could have focused on. But ignoring that, I think Turner is a perfectly solid lead for the show, a likable enough character. With an interesting backstory and interesting dynamics with different characters. And I do think that he didn't lead the show that badly. I don't think he was a bad addition to the Batman franchise. 3, Harper Row, a character that I find to be pretty interesting, where at times she seems like not the friendliest of characters, not the easiest to get along with, but it feels like she has really good intentions and she really does care about others and wants to make things right. And it feels like there is a lot of nuance to her that makes her a good character, so I appreciate that. Number 2, Harvey Dent. Harvey Dent, Two Face, often one of the most interesting um, nuanced characters in Batman. I feel like that is not an exception in Gotham Knights. Um, he is a tragic character I like him really caring about Turner and really feeling like a family friend to the Wayne family. I think that was fascinating. It really makes him feel morally ambiguous, and there was a lot of interesting development to him. And I wish the show got another season to fully flesh that out. But for what it got, really cool. Very good take on Harvey Dent. And the number 1, Stephanie Brown. Stephanie Brown's a character that I've often thought was interesting. I wanted to see her explored more and get more to do. So I like that she got to be one of the main characters in Gotham Knights. And I feel like she's a very sympathetic character, a very good best friend to Turner. There's some good tension between her and Harper, and I feel like she was a very multi-layered character in the whole thing with Clue Master being her father, and there's a lot to Stephanie Brown where I feel like she really cared about others, really wanted to make things right, and she had a lot of nuance to her. So I feel like she is the standout character in Gotham Knights. So not the biggest ranking with the most to say or anything like that, but there were some characters in Gotham Knights that did stand out to me, and I do consider the show to be underrated. And while I don't think it's a perfect show or anything like that, I really don't think it's nearly as bad of a show as it could have been. I do think there are some good character moments between Stephanie and some of the other characters, and Harvey dealing with what's going on with him and his complicated morality. I really think it was a show that deserved better, but for the one season it got, I actually think it's pretty good.